Parks came, he decided that in order to make his vision come true, to look at and see this, so he had to just commit to it every single day. Whatever he did today, he had to do better tomorrow, the next day.
It was always about what would provide the greatest experience, what would be the greatest thing that he could give to others.
And the next thing I knew, the superintendent was saluting. Half the people in the crowd were crying. George had them right there. He did.
Put your hands together for the elements of the universe, earth, wind, and fire.
George came over to see me and he said, I have one question, John. How far do you want me to take you in a new direction? And my answer to him was, George, make them your band. And he did.
It was the birth of a legend. It was the beginning of something incredible and strong, and that is literally unstoppable at this point in time. So he instilled that vision in us, in all of us.
I got to see firsthand that who he was never changed because of where he was or who he was with.
This man was loyal, committed, dedicated, caring, modest, and generous. But most of all, he's an example of the greatest man of integrity I've ever known. George was through and through genuine George.
But it's those of you and you who did this thing. I'm reminded of my favorite movie ever, Hook. When you have Granny Wendy up there and she starts talking about her lost boys and wondering how many, and all these hands started going up. Well, how many of you spent time in Neverland?
57-year-old George Parks was the school's band director for more than 3 decades. And while en route to lead his school tunes for the game against Michigan, he passed away of a heart attack, leaving a hole in the hearts of those who knew him.
Thank you.
As much as the name of George Parks will be inextricably linked with the band, his influence went even further than the 4,000 plus Minutemen and women who marched to his beat over the past 3 decades.
My name is Linda Hannum. I'm an alumni of the marching band at the University of Massachusetts. My first day on campus was George Parks' first day on campus. To know what those kids have pressed on to do, to perform today, is absolutely nothing short of a miracle. These are young children that are having an experience that we can only begin to fathom in our grown-up lives.
It was with sensitivity and kindness that he treated each of the band members as they struggled with their emotions in the days following George's passing.
I really have to tell you, these students here have been absolutely incredible. They demonstrate is everything that's good in this world, and I can only thank them for everything that they've done on behalf of the program and for all of us in the UMass family.
But the band is still on the field laughing and having fun while they make themselves the best band anywhere. The faces and the titles have changed, but the overall guiding principles of this band, to be excellent, to have enthusiasm, and above all, to pursue those things with the utmost consideration for other people, those things are not changing.
That sense of pride and energy forward into all of our lives.
And takes everything that comes out of the hole in their hearts and pours it into their instruments. Are doing exactly what George wanted them to do. They're living.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the over 900 alumni who have come from across the nation to be with the Minutemen Marching Band family today.
This band, these Lost Boys, all of you, have become part of me in ways that I could not anticipate.
We were always supposed to be able to come back to this campus, no matter how far in life we had traveled, and be able to come to a football game and see him standing on that wall or jumping on that podium. You know, maybe we'd be lucky and be able to get down to rehearsal and catch his eye, get a wave, smile, go up in the scissor lift and watch the band with him. He was always supposed to be here to welcome us back home.
You know, a lot of beautiful words are being said here, but nothing speaks louder than your presence here today. 925 alums in the alumni band.
What, 10, 11,000 comments posted. And every single one of them as poignant, deep, real, and passionate. And the next. Every single one of us here has a story. It's our story. I'm not going to come up here and tell you my stories. It's each of your own. And they resonate somewhere in this wonderful place called your heart.
I've heard it said that immortality lies not in the things you leave behind, but in the people your life has touched. Based on what I'm seeing and feeling here today, Maestro George Parks will live on forever.
When you take orders from a boss that you follow a leader, but being a great leader is when you shift that and you get people to believe in themselves.
What I'll miss most, though, is seeing that irreverent smile. Have you ever seen a child who is about to reach into the cookie jar, knows you're watching, and just smiles at you as if to say, catch me, I dare you?
Many people will recall the Santa story, and it's a story where he talks about how he went to all lengths to maintain his daughter's belief in Santa when she was a young child. And the moral of the story is that you believe in Santa, you don't believe in Santa, you become Santa. And that third role, that role of becoming Santa, the person who creates the magic for other people, well, that's the best place to be. And he had that one figured out.
He was 57 years old and still exploring, getting excited about things like a precocious child. He took nothing for granted. He would see everything and everyone, unless he was driving, in which case he was most likely listening to music and driving with angelic protection, like Mr. Magoo. If he saw something and it interested him, he would delve into it with his entire focus, trying to extract every bit of goodness that it offered. His blue eyes got bluer when he was in this zone.
You know, and for those of you out there, how many have had days where you hated it? How many had days where you hated me? And how many of you have had days where you wished you could come back home?
This will be a life well lived. Thank you.
For all the band alumni, you guys obviously already know what to do. For everybody else, join us, and this again is for George. Here we go.
You're wondering who's left to make band special, because all the special people are gone. There's nobody left to make band special. How is band going to be special? But you have to understand there's a whole new crop of people coming in, and they don't know those people, but they will know you.
think some people, when they go to the stadium, they think that's the last song, right? But the show keeps going, right? Because that would cut. George would immediately point to the drum line. Then the next phase of the show would happen. Cadence out. Everybody huddles up. He leaves you on an absolutely up level, right? And that's the way it always is.